Have you ever wondered who paved the way for the greatest revolution in history? John the Baptist, locked in a dark cell, heard rumors that made him question everything. He sent his disciples with a question that echoes to this day. Are you the one who is to come? Or shall we look for another? Jesus' response was so powerful it changed the fate of nations. Want to know what he said? But here's the shock. The least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Since John's days, the kingdom of heaven has suffered violence, and the bold seize it. This idea of struggle and determination is what makes this story so powerful. This divine choice is a mystery that intrigues us even today. Why were the simple chosen to understand what the powerful ignored? This revelation changed the course of history. Want to know how? Let's dive deeper into this narrative. Prepared the way, but Jesus' mission transformed everything. Every miracle, every word, every confrontation planted seeds that still grow today. Want to know how this story ends? Before we go on, tell me, should I continue with the next part? How did a lone prophet face an entire world? The answer lies in the strength of his conviction. Let's explore what this teaches us today. These words are a balm for the soul, but also a challenge. What does it mean to take Jesus' yoke? The answer is a promise of rest you need to understand. Stay until the end to uncover its true meaning.
What does that mean?
This mysterious phrase hides a secret that will make you rethink everything.
But wisdom is always justified by its fruits.
This lesson makes us reflect.
Are we open to the truth, or do we judge without understanding? This question could change how you see the world.
Let's explore together. John's mission was just the beginning of something much bigger. Want to know what came next? Stay with me. Stick with me. Because this story will blow your mind. Jesus didn't answer with empty words, but with proof that defies logic. Chorazin, Bethsaida, Capernaum. All would face a harsher judgment than Sodom. Why? Because they ignored a chance few ever had. What did these cities miss? The answer is a warning for us all. The blind see, the lame walk, the dead are raised. Miracles that left crowds in awe. He lived in the wilderness, far from riches, with a clear mission, to prepare the way. But who was he really? Jesus said to the crowds, "You didn't go to see a reed swayed by the wind, but a prophet, and more than a prophet." Why was John so special? The answer lies in an ancient prophecy you need to know. He told John, "Go and tell what you see and hear." This message wasn't just for John, but for all of us. What do these miracles reveal about the power of a divine mission? Let's uncover the impact of this response together. John the Baptist was no ordinary man. Among all born of women, Jesus declared that no one was greater than John the Baptist. The message of John and Jesus wasn't for the faint-hearted. But not everyone welcomed the message. Jesus confronted entire cities that saw his miracles, yet rejected the truth. Jesus looked to the heavens and thanked the Father for revealing the truth to the humble, not the wise. He made an invitation that echoes through the ages. "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." That generation was hard to please. It criticized John for fasting and Jesus for feasting. John the Baptist was the herald of a new era, but his story is just the beginning. The story of John the Baptist is full of mysteries that still intrigue us. Imprisoned, he questioned whether Jesus was truly the Messiah. Jesus called him more than a prophet, the greatest among those born of women. Jesus asked, "What did you go to see? A reed swayed by the wind?" No, John was steadfast, unshakable. His strength challenges us to be equally bold. What would you do in his place? But why was he so crucial? Fulfilled an ancient prophecy, preparing the way for something revolutionary. But wisdom always proves its worth. This criticism makes us think. Are we open to the truth, or do we judge without understanding? This mystery makes us question. Why do the simple understand what the powerful ignore? The answer lies in the humility that opens the heart. How does this apply to your life? Let's dive into this transformative lesson. In the comments, share what struck you about John the Baptist's story, or how Jesus' message inspires you. Your thoughts could spark an amazing discussion. Let's keep this journey going, but first, should I move on to the next part? Your answer will guide the next step. This reflection is more relevant than ever. But what does it mean to take his yoke? It's a call to humility and trust, with the promise of rest for the soul. This message is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. Want to know how to apply it? Stay until the end. The kingdom of heaven required effort, and not everyone was ready for it. Since his days, the truth faced resistance, but the determined seized it. This struggle still resonates today. How can we apply this determination in our lives? Let's explore this powerful idea. How did such a simple man have such an impact? The answer lies in the courage of his message. The answer came in the form of miracles that defied logic. The blind seeing, the dead rising, the poor receiving hope. These signs weren't just for John, but for all who doubt. What do these miracles say about Jesus' power? Let's find out together. Chorazin and Bethsaida saw miracles but didn't repent. Capernaum, exalted to the heavens, would be cast down to hell. This harsh judgment is a warning. Ignoring the truth has consequences. What do these cities teach us? The answer could change your perspective. John lived a life of sacrifice, but his mission was clear: to announce the coming of the kingdom. The crowds came to the wilderness to see John, but they didn't find a weak or vain man. He was a prophet with a voice that thundered. But John's message brought conflict. Jesus didn't spare the cities that rejected his message. That generation was like spoiled children, never satisfied. John fasted, and they called him demon-possessed. Jesus feasted, and they called him a glutton. Jesus thanked the Father for hiding the truth from the wise and revealing it to the humble. Jesus' invitation is universal. Come to me, and I will give you rest. And now, I want to hear from you. John the Baptist's mission was to prepare the way, but Jesus' mission was to transform the world. His miracles, the blind seeing, the lame walking, the dead rising, were proof of a greater power. These signs weren't just to impress, but to call everyone to faith. Not everyone was ready to understand John and Jesus' message. Truth requires attentive ears and open hearts. Are you ready to listen? This question could change how you approach life. What do these miracles reveal about the kingdom of heaven? Let's explore this overwhelming truth. Chorazin always finding fault. We'll keep exploring narratives that transform and challenge. Your subscription helps us bring more content like this.
Ready to join us?
Every miracle, every word, every confrontation was a seed planted for the future. They knew their message would live beyond them. How did this legacy reach us? The answer is more inspiring than you might think. Now, let's return to the mission that changed the world. I'm ready to reveal how it all culminated and the impact we still feel today. Shall we go to the last part? Your answer will decide the next step. John was austere, and they called him crazy. Jesus was welcoming, and they called him a sinner. But wisdom always proves itself. This lesson makes us reflect. Are we open to the truth, or do we judge without understanding? This question could transform our perspective. Bethsaida, Capernaum, all had the chance to change, but chose indifference. Why do some people reject the truth even in the face of miracles? This question is as relevant today as it was back then. Let's dive into this mystery. John was called Elijah, the prophet who was to come. His connection to an ancient prophecy is intriguing. Why did Jesus make this comparison? This divine choice shows that the kingdom is for those with open hearts, not the arrogant. Why were the simple chosen? This lesson challenges us to seek humility in everything we do. Let's explore the impact of this. It reveals John's unique role in the story of redemption. His life was a sacrifice for something greater. How does this courage inspire us today? But asks for humility. What does it mean to be meek and humble of heart? The answer is a promise of peace that still resonates today. Let's uncover its meaning. The answer lies in the strength of his mission. Jesus challenged the crowds. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. This phrase is both an invitation and a warning. The cities that rejected Jesus would face a harsh judgment. That generation was hard to please. Jesus thanked the Father for revealing the truth to the humble. Jesus' invitation is one of the most powerful in history. Come to me, all who are weary, promises rest. And here's an invitation. If this story is inspiring you, subscribe to the channel now. John the Baptist and Jesus faced resistance, but never gave up. Before we head to the final part, I want to know, should I dive into the last part of this epic story? We've reached the climax of John the Baptist and Jesus' story, and what comes next will leave you speechless. John prepared the way, but Jesus brought the transformation. His miracles were an invitation to faith, but also a challenge to change. What made this mission so powerful? The answer lies in the sacrifice and the promise they carried. Let's dive into the end of this journey. Jesus' miracles, the blind seeing, the dead rising, were signs of the kingdom of heaven. These words are a refuge for the weary, but also a challenge to learn from him. What does it mean to be meek and humble of heart? They had no riches, but they had something greater, a message that changed the world. And you, what is your purpose? That's the question that lingers. The answer is a promise of peace that still resonates today. Let's understand its meaning. Your like helps us spread this message to more people. And don't leave yet. We have one last reflection. The story of John and Jesus is a call to action. What will you do with it? But they weren't just to impress. They were a call to action. In the comments, share what struck you most about this story or how it inspired you. Your thoughts make all the difference. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. See you next time, and may this story keep inspiring you. Every healing, every liberation, showed that hope was within everyone's reach. How do these signs speak to us today? The answer is an invitation to transform our lives. John the Baptist was the greatest among those born of women. But Jesus revealed something even greater, the kingdom of heaven. This message required courage, faith, and total surrender. Capernaum, exalted to the heavens, would be cast down to hell. This warning makes us think, what are we doing with the opportunities we're given? Indifference comes at a high price. Want to know how to avoid this mistake? Stay until the end. John lived and died for this truth. What does his life teach us about purpose? This reflection could change how you face your challenges. The cities that rejected Jesus faced a harsh judgment. Jesus thanked the Father for revealing the truth to the humble. This choice shows that the kingdom is for those with open hearts, not the arrogant. Why were the simple chosen? This lesson challenges us to seek humility in all we do. Let's explore the impact of this. Jesus' invitation is eternal. Come to me and I will give you rest. That generation criticized without understanding. John was austere, Jesus was welcoming, yet both were judged. Wisdom, however, always prevails. This lesson makes us reflect. Are we open to the truth, or do we judge without understanding? This question is more relevant than ever. The story of John and Jesus is about choices. It's choosing faith over fear, truth over safety, purpose over everything. And now, a final request. If this story touched you, hit the like button now. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you.